Hello, everyone. I know this is an early part of the day for me to do a live, but I wanted to share with you how I was going to be putting together my warm look. We talked last night. If you follow my page, and if you're not, you should be following. We talked last night about the color theory, whether you think you're a warm or a cool, and how you can identify what color spectrum you fall into. So if that piques your interest, stay tuned. We're going to do a warm look today, and I'm going to follow it up with 4 new eyeshadows. Hello, my name is Kathy. I am a 72-year-old Saint artist, and I've been using Saint for a little over a year. I fell in love with it. I loved the concept of having everything in one palette. But now I love the versatility of it. I love the fact that I can create my own looks, and that's kind of what we're doing. We are using colors that I don't normally use, and so it gets me to step out of my comfort zone. Now, I put a warm color on today because I wanted to show you how, even though I am a cool tone person, and I know that because I like silver jewelry, my blood vessels here, you can kind of see on the skin, are a little bit on the blue side as opposed to a green. So I know that I look better in cool colors, but I wanted to see whether we could change up the look a little bit and still get that wow factor that we want when we get ourselves ready. Now, I don't know why I'm doing a wow factor. I'm at home today. It is winter here in Indiana. It is cold. We're going to have rain later that's going to turn into snow. I don't get out in this. I mean, my son called me from California and he goes, "Have you gotten out today?" And I went, "I will, to the mailbox." I mean, I don't like to walk in any kind of ice. I don't like to drive in any, I'm just a wimp, and I know it, and I'm okay with that. I figure I'm 72. I deserve a little wimpishness, if that's such a word. And I'm a wimp at that. So I started to put my makeup on, and then I thought, no, I've got to do a live. So I've got to show you how I change my look using my normal colors that I am color matched to. So we're going to use everything in this palette with the exception of this lip color. Now, you'll see on the graphic, I posted the same graphic that I'm using. I posted this graphic last night, and let me pull it up on my iPad so I can tell you which one it is. It is the Deep Winter. So if you look at that graphic that I posted, you will see the baby watermelon is actually in there. So I could continue to use this, but I'm going to swap it out. I'm going to use a deeper color. Again, we're going a little bit deeper, and the eyeshadows are all dark. So, this is a real stretch for me. So I wanted to share with you, since I am putting on my same colors, what I've already done briefly. Well, I've already got my eyes tight lined, and I tight lined them this morning with a brown. This is from e.l.f., and this is called the No Budge Shadow Stick. I like these because they do dry down and they do not move. The challenge is, instead of a nice pointed end, you've got more of a bullet end. And what I like to do with that is it does have a sharpener on the other end. So if I'm going to use this for tight lining, I'm going to sharpen it right before I do it. The other option you have is to take our etch brush that just came out, which if you haven't got that, put that on your list because you're going to want that. So you can take that etch brush, and actually I'm going to use, let me show you here. I'm going to use that flat end. I'm going to take that etch brush, and I'm actually going to flick it on the side, hold my eye up the way I would normally tight line, and put that product at the base of my lashes. So I'm going to be warm today. So instead of black, I'm doing a little bit softer, and I'm actually putting that brown underneath, and it worked out pretty good. I did it on both the upper lashes and the lower lashes. So I have that on, it's drying, so now we're ready to go on to the next step. The next step would normally be a brightening shade. So this is my brightening highlight, and I'm just putting that in my normal spots on both sides of my eyes. And I did go across my eyelid because I want a base of that for my eyeshadow. I do a little bit on my forehead, down my nose. Again, we're calling attention to the center of our face. Okay? Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to pick up an illuminator called Rose Gold. And I'm taking my, you can use any of these brushes. This happens to be the blend brush. I'm taking the blend brush and I'm swirling it into the rose gold. And I'm going to swirl that all over my face before I ever put color on. And you've probably never seen me do this before. But I want to show you how this can add some warmth to your colors. And I'm hardly getting anything on. You know, with the blend brush, we do not get a lot of product on our face, but there you can see there's a sheen there. Okay, so that's the first step in creating a warmer look. Now I'm going to go in with my 3D brush and I'm going to apply my product as I normally would. So all I'm doing is placing my product. This is my specific highlight. And you'll notice I'm kind of going in the bearded area. So if you think about a man, that's where the bearded area is. What's left on here, I'm going to go just a little bit above my eyebrows. I'm not going to do a lot on that. Then I'm going to go back to my detail brush and I'm just going to pick up my contour. So far, the only thing I've added is the rose gold. Otherwise, you have seen me do this time and time again. And I have a I have a hair or something that is in my eye. So if I keep trying to find it, it's because I haven't yet. Okay, so I'm putting my contour on, a little bit on my nose. I want you to know I really love this trick on the nose. I never did this before. And I can't believe how it draws attention to the center of my face. Now, again, I'm wearing a high neck. It's winter here in Indiana. That's pretty much my, how should I say? That's almost my uniform for the winter. I'm almost always wearing a high neck. I just, you know, that's me. I'm going to wait to put my lip color on in a minute here, but I am going to give myself some setting spray. I give myself about 4 pumps in my hand, and then I just moisten both ends of my 3D brush, and this is how I blend my product. So on mature skin, when you are using cream makeup, you do not swipe. This is different than what I used to use because I used to use a BB cream or a CC cream. And I did. I swiped, and I can't tell you how many times I would see my brush strokes. Now, that could have been 2 things. It could have been because I had a dirty brush, because you have a lot more product. You're putting a lot more product on with your CC and your BB cream. And notice I'm even still stippling underneath my eyes. I am looking over here into my 10X mirror just to be on the safe side and making sure that I've got that blended. So, not bad. Got to blend it when you've got gray, white hair, even blonde hair. You got to work on blending that. All right, now I'm going to take my lip color, which is Black Cherry. So Black Cherry is kind of in the, what do you call it? You would you know, you would think this is in the pink side. So you might be surprised at that, but look how it goes on. And look how deep, even though it looks so deep in the pan, it goes on beautifully. And we're going to blend that black cherry. Okay, now I'm ready for my eyeshadow. So the colors that we are going to use today are in that palette that I posted last night. And again, if you need to reference back to it, it is the Deep Winter palette. And I am going to first pick up Cafe. Now, if you look at Cafe, you think, why does it look so funny? It's because that's the color I use on my eyebrow. So want you to know that, you know, these are, you know, double duty as far as what you do with your eyeshadows. I already have a base of highlighter on. I'm going to go into that color. I'm going to knock off the excess. I wish you could see how much came off. I'm going to apply it on the outside of my eye. And I am going to go up what I call the orbital rim. Okay? You can see that. I'm going to go here, do the same thing, deposit most of it outside, and then I just come across. I'm actually touching the bone that is there, and that is all I'm doing with that color. The next color I have used a little bit. You're going to be able to see that I've got a hitting pan on that one. This one's called Lullaby. So this one should not surprise you. If you follow me, you know that I like Lullaby. And I am going to put Lullaby only on the outer edge of that eye. I'm flipping to the other side of the brush and pulling it in. Notice how I'm going very careful and I'm not doing the center part of my eye. I am concentrating this color on the outside. Okay? Very pretty. And then we come back with another color that I have not used before. I think this one's brand new, and it's called Rigoletto. So I'm going to clean my brush off just a little bit. That's the great thing about having those little scratchy things for your palette. And that's not what it's called, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm picking up a little bit of that. Rigoletto is a shimmer. Putting that a little bit on the outside. And again, we are blending that. All right, my final color is Gigi. Gigi is a beautiful, it's a beautiful shimmer. I'm going to, let me swipe that. Yep, I'm going to put this on with my finger. And I'm going to put it right there in the center of my eye over towards my nose. Okay, can you see that? And there we have our look. Let me do some quick mascara and I will show you my warm look. I'm going to finish it off with some jewelry. And if I had brown mascara, I would use brown mascara. I'm not sure whether you have ever tried it. It is beautiful. And so that might be something you want to put on your list to look for the next time you go to do your shopping. Okay, there's my look. Just pick up any excess that I may have before I do my jewelry. And so I picked out one of my necklaces that is has gold on it. So you can see the gold. And I have this position so that I can wear it over my cowl neck here, or whatever you want to call that. And then look how pretty those are. So again, if you don't wear a lot of warm colors and you're like me, you don't need a lot as far, I only have like when I looked at my necklaces, I really only had 2 necklaces that I thought would complement this sweater and this look.